Hi YouTube, it's Lena, and I'm here today with a project pan intro that is 2 weeks late, I think. Sorry about that. It's been a rough month. 2 months, honestly. But I'm getting it up in the same month, so I'm gonna count that as a win. Anyways, this is the Power of Pan project pan. This was created by Nicke Pearson. I will link her Instagram down below. And support for this round was given by MakeupObsessed XO, who I will also link down below. And this is based on the original series of Charmed. It was a show that ran on TNT in the, I want to say, late 90s and early 2000s. Basically like my prime time of watching. However, I did not watch this show. I don't know why. But I could watch it now because it's on some streaming service that I subscribe to. And I actually intend to for this. Now, last year the prompts were based kind of in a general sense on the show. This year though, these prompts are all based on every episode in every season. This is round 1, season 1. So there will be 23 prompts for 23 episodes, including the unaired pilot. I'm sorry I sound out of breath. I just had to run around the house for something. But yeah, in theory, there will be one. Every year there will be one of these for every season of the show, and maybe they will do the new show, which I also know very little about. I do want to see this show though, like it should be right up my alley. I was a huge Buffy and Angel fan growing up, and I still am. And then I became a big fan of Teen Wolf quite a bit later in life. And there are other shows out there that I know I should watch, like Supernatural, although that's like 15 seasons diving in. Charmed. I know there are a couple of other ones lingering out there that are either currently on or were on in the past that I should, watch. But I guess we'll start with Charmed, since I'm now doing a project pan based on it. Anyways, now this project you could do however you want. You could roll in a certain amount. You could start with a certain amount and roll them in. But because I'm not great at updating every month, I decided to go ahead and roll all 23 in, and every month I will show you, or every update, because I'm not very good at updating month to month always. Every update I will show you what I'm working on. Hello, Europa. Honey, I can't work with you in here. Not with you literally standing on my leg like that anyway. Anyway, so starting from the top, the episode 0, the unaired pilot, a product you apply but don't see. I chose the NYX Matte Finish Long Lasting Makeup Setting Spray, this little mini. It is the, it weighs 28.5 grams. I will have to weigh this because solid black packaging, totally can't see through it. Next is episode 1, something Wicca This Way Comes, something you apply first, skincare or makeup, courtesy of MakeupObsessed. I chose makeup. This is the Ulta Matte Eye Primer in Nude. This is a full size. My goal is to finish it. It currently weighs 15.6 grams. Now, these are giant pains in the butt to finish, so we'll see how far I get. My goal is to finish. This is getting on the older side. I don't want it to dry out in here because, especially the matte eye primers, they will dry up in here, and I've seen this happen to other people with this one, so yeah, I want to make sure to get that used up. Next is episode 2, I've Got You Under My Skin, a skincare item. This has been sitting on its side, but I promise the mark is correct. This is the Serumkind Iceland Moss Drop Serum. I have actually already been using this, but we are currently right here. I actually suspect this will be done by the end of 2024. Next is episode 4, Dead Man Dating, a product you have that has a use by date. Now, I don't know if this one has a use by date on it, but I know vitamin C serums do tend to go bad quicker, especially once they've been exposed to air. So that is what I went with. This is the Volition Strawberry Sea Brightening Serum with vitamin C and hyaluronic acid. Once again, this has been sitting on its side, but it is about right here. I actually literally pulled it out of the box for this. Next is episode 5, Dream Sorcerer, a product you were influenced to buy. Now, I have gone through many bottles of this, but I was originally influenced to buy it. It is the Cosix RX Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence. I have had one of these in backup for an age, but I just kept buying and trying other things, but we're gonna use it now. It is starting right here. It is brand new. Well, it's not brand new, but it's unopened, so we want to get that used. Next is episode 6, The Wedding from Hell, a product suitable to wear to a wedding. I chose a nice smelling lotion because it made sense in my brain. It is the Body and Earth Body Lotion, Sweet Strawberry Dreams. It's just a little mini, but I'm terrible with body lotions. So I figured a mini was a better option. It is only about half full, as I realized while measuring it. So body lotion, I figure you want to be nice smelling and soft skinned for a wedding. So it's been a long time since my wedding, so I'm kind of guessing here. All right, so episode 7, The Fourth Sister, a quad face or eyeshadow palette. Now, I'm only going to work on one product from this quad, but here, I went by it. It is the Huda Beauty 3D Highlighter Palette. And the shade that I want to work on is Capri, the cream shade right here. All right, we'll take a picture of that because that is really the only way I know how to track it other than just counting uses, so yeah. Next is episode 8, The Truth is Out There and It Hurts. Use a product 24 times. And I chose an eyeshadow palette, my Natasha Denona Retro palette. I've literally only used it for one look, so I just, really want to play with it. So 24 times, and I made a note in here to use at least 10 different shades because I don't want to necessarily just use, the kind of creamy matte shade 24 times, so this is what it looks like. Like I said, I have only used it once. I'll take a picture of it, but I can't imagine that it's gonna look much different after I even hit the goal. So, we'll take a picture and see. Next is episode 9, The Witch is Back, a product that helps combat your skin. And I chose the European Wax Center Ingrown Hair Serum to combat ingrown hairs and, especially in my case, really itchy skin after I shave and or wax. So, its current weight is 114.3 grams. It is pretty well used and loved. It's quite messy looking at the moment, but there we go. Episode 10, Wicca Envy, a product you feel tricked by, courtesy of MakeupObsessed. I chose the Beauty Crop Wheat Shoddy Gripping Primer. Now, all of the advertisement and such for this is cherry, but unfortunately, not cherry scented. So I feel tricked, because if I didn't know it wasn't cherry scented, I probably wouldn't have added it to my Ipsy bag when I did. Sad but true. Alright, next, episode 11, Feats of Clay, a product in a jar. I chose a bitty jar, but it's still a jar. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream. Never actually tried it. It is currently 17.5 grams. Episode 12, The Wendigo, a product you staked out, courtesy of MakeupObsessed. And I chose the Too Faced Hangover Pillow Balm in Watermelon Kiss. I definitely staked this out, trying to buy it in an Ulta 21 Days of Beauty sale. Its current weight is 37.5 grams. If I can ever get it to settle, I will put a mark on it, but I don't suspect that will happen anytime soon. Episode 13, From Fear to Eternity, a product you fear using, courtesy of MakeupObsessed. I chose this Persona Dream Stick Cream Bronzing Stick in Sahara, and she is dark. I can use it, but I have to use like a little thin stripe. So theoretically, the goal is to finish this, but I don't know if that will happen because I tend to use it on one side rather than, directly flat. So she's gonna take a while and she's very dark, so we will see how that goes. Next is episode 14, Secrets and Guys, a product you hesitate to use. This is actually coming from my Nightmare on Panning Street project pan because I will not finish it for that. But it is the Design Essentials Natural Hair Almond and Avocado Curl Enhancing Mousse, not mist. The mark for this project is right here. And when I say fear using, it leaves my hair kind of crunchy, like all mousses tend to do to my hair. So I guess it's less fear and more just don't enjoy it, but I have it. I have no one that I can give this to, so I'm just trying to use it up. Next is episode 15. Is there a Wicca in the house? A product you'd banish from your collection, courtesy of MakeupObsessed. I chose this e.l.f. makeup remover balm stick, and I thought I remembered this having a really bad smell, but it doesn't smell like that. It doesn't smell like how I remember it smelling. So, no. I still kind of want to get makeup balm removers out of my collection because I'm just lazy and don't really like to put forth the extra effort to use them. I'd rather just use a micellar water because I don't use anything waterproof anyway, so it still works, but I picked this one in particular because I thought I remembered it smelling weird, but honestly, I'm happy to be incorrect. Episode 16, which Prue is it anyway? Prue is the name of one of the sisters. That's like the star of the show. A dupe or duplicate product. And I chose this because I actually have 2 other minis of this. One in this size and one that's like a full ounce. So it's a duplicate in my collection. It is the Bioma Creamy Jelly Cleanser Mini. This one, it's starting right there. And I want to use this to make sure I even like it enough to keep the other 2. So, like, Ulta goodie bags have just continuously sent me these. I got one in an Allure bag, the bigger one, and then both the minis of this size I got in like Ulta freebie bags. So that is just one that Ulta was really pushing on me at one point. Episode 17, that 70s episode, sentimental or gifted product. I chose this one that was gifted to me by Deb. It is the Beauty Bay Earthy 16 color palette. And I want to use it no pan left behind style. I've never actually had a Beauty Bay palette before, so I am very curious to try the formula. But I also really like green and gold, so it's quite up my alley. Episode 18, when bad warlocks turn good, a product with bad reviews but you like. And I had to search for this one because I was just like, what is something with bad reviews that I liked? And this really got middling reviews. Like, some people liked it, some people didn't, but it was like the last thing that I filled in and I said, screw it, we're going with this. And it is the e.l.f. Mint Melt Minty Fresh Cooling Cleanser, and I also really need to use this up. It's quite old. It's still fine, it's just older and I need to get it used up. Anyways, it is starting right here. Hopefully that will be relatively easy to use up. I skipped episode 3. Alright, so episode 3, thank you for not morphing. A product has returned to your collection, courtesy of MakeupObsessed. And I've gone through many bottles of this, but it is the NYX Stripped Off Micellar Water. This one is currently right here. I will be surprised if this lasts through the end of the year. Alright, so next is episode 19, after that little detour. Out of Sight, a product used on your eyes. And I chose this ancient thing that still works and is not made my eyes break out into hives, so we're rolling with it. It is the e.l.f. My Little Pony All-in-One Glow Stick in Joyful. Here is what it looks like. And it could go anywhere, but I use it as an eye base, so that's what we're counting it as. I am currently working on it, that's why it looks kind of dirty, because it goes on top of eye primer. But, yeah, we're working on that. Next is episode 20, The Power of Two, a duo product. And I'm only going to work on one part of this duo product, but it is the L'Oreal Hip Pigment Duo in Charmed. I thought it was fitting, which yes, this is ancient. But once again, I've been using it recently. It's not doing anything weird, so I'm rolling with it. Anyways, I am going to be using the light shade, of which I want to use up because, once again, ancient, and it does have a big old pan in it, so I figure I probably actually have a shot at it. Next is episode 21, Love Hurts, a product you have love-hate feelings about, and it's more the style of primer in general, not necessarily this primer, but it is Beauty Creations Flawless Stay Hydrating Primer. But just dewy primers in general, they're the thing that I want to like, but, well, I have oily skin, they make me oily. I can only wear them on their own, so I do what I can. And finally, episode 22, Deja Vu All Over Again, a product from round 1 that didn't reach its goal, or if you did not participate in the last round like I did not, a product from another product that didn't reach its goal, and this is from Beauty A to Z this year. I have not touched it, and I'm not probably going to get to it. But it is the Rodial Dragon's Blood Hyaluronic Drink. But it's just a facial mist, and it is still where the original mark is. So, yeah. So that is it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye!